Brothers and sisters, good day to everyone. I am Sky Ortigas, and we are already in the fourth Sunday of Lent. Now let me ask you, how are you spending your Lenten season? What are the things that you're doing? What are your prayers? What are your sacrifices? Ano yung mga offerings mo this season? And today we're also going to reflect about the gospel reading for this Sunday, which is the parable of the prodigal son. You know, this parable is very familiar and very famous to me when I was growing up. It has always been a part of my lessons in school. Pag nagkikwento yung parents ka about the Bible, one of the stories will always be the parable of the prodigal son. And at the same time, when you're going to ask me to name a parable in the Bible, the parable of the prodigal son will always be in the top of my list. It is very popular in my life, but at the same time, every time I get to hear about this story, this parable, I get to reflect a lot of things. One of the things is, of course, the relationship of the father and the son, also the relationship of the sons as siblings, and at the same time, but more so, is from this parable, we will know how merciful, how compassionate, how forgiving and loving our Father is. We all know the story of the parable of the prodigal son. Yung may dalawang brothers, yung isa, he decided to ask for his part of his inheritance, and then umalis siya, winaldas niya yung pera, nag-gambling siya, ginastos niya, he keeps on spending, he drinks and all that, and then nung nawala na lahat, he became a slave, and yung trabaho niya is nag-feed siya ng mga pigs, but at the same time, he was also eating the food of the pigs, and then he realized that when he is home, he will not be doing this. He will be in the comforts of his family, and he will be taken care of. And then he went back to his father. He went back home. And then when he was on his way home, he can see his father from afar, waiting for him with open arms. And he was given, he was hugged, he was given a sandal, he was given a cloak, he was given a ring, and he was welcomed with open arms, no questions asked. And you know what, brothers and sisters, that is how God is in our lives. We may decide to leave Him. We may decide to not believe in Him. We may decide to get everything from Him. Yung mga binigay niya sa atin, yung mga bless niya sa atin, kukunin natin, tapos we will use it in different things. Pag nawala ito, we will realize that we need Him always. There are times na ayaw na nating maniwala na we have a Father who loves us so much. But then, when we come back to Him, He will always welcome us with open arms. No questions asked. When we go and ask Him for His forgiveness, He will always forgive us with open arms. Walang tanong-tanong. At ibibless pa niya tayo. And He will rejoice. And He will even put out a feast for all of you, for all of us. And you know what, brothers and sisters, this is the kind of Father, this is the kind of God that we have. We may not realize it, but we have a God who is forgiving, compassionate, loving, and merciful. Even though how much we sin in life, kahit saan man tayo pupunta, kahit ano man yung kasalanan natin, how much we are trying to get away from Him, but every time we come back, every time we realize that we needed Him all along, He will always be there. And think about it, my dear brothers and sisters. There are times talaga na in our lives, we think we don't need God anymore. We decided to go out of our way, not believe in Him. But you realize in the end, He is our home. He is the person who we will always come back to. And He is the only one who will always welcome us with open arms, who will always be there waiting for us. No judgments, as long as we're going to ask for His forgiveness, ask that He welcome us, and He will always be there for us. So if you are suffering today, if you are feeling lost today, if you are feeling na wala kang tatay, na wala kang God, na walang Diyos na nagmamahal sa'yo, brothers and sisters, isang balik lang yon, isang bisita lang sa Kanya, isang punta lang sa Kanya, and He will always welcome you with open arms. Isang tanong lang sa Kanya na, Lord, can I go back home? Can I go back to you? And right there and then, He will celebrate. Mag-iihaw pa siya. Katulad sa parable sa prodigal son. He will celebrate because you are back to Him. So, brothers and sisters, wherever you are at this moment, remember that there is a God who is waiting and willing to let you back into His home. Kahit feeling mo kinuha mo na yung lahat sa Kanya, kahit feeling mo wala ka nang babalikan, but He is a God who will always welcome you home. So, my dear brothers and sisters, I do hope that you take this time, you take this Lenten season to go back to the Father and remember and believe that He will always be there for you. He is merciful, He is compassionate, He is loving, and He is forgiving. And He will always welcome you with open arms. So happy Sunday, my dear brothers and sisters, and I do hope that wherever you are right now, go back to the Father, tell Him that you wanted to be forgiven, and at the same time, ask for His love, because He will always freely give it. Happy Sunday, and God bless you all.